Welcome to Hold-Fast Radio, Ride Out Life with Mental Illness. You too, ladies and gentlemen, can stay afloat in this ever-cycling existence. Stay tuned. Hello, it's Amanda here with Hold-Fast Radio, Ride Out Life with Mental Illness. I am so happy to be here. It is an absolutely stunning day here on the eastern seaboard. 70 degrees, no humidity, breezy, sunny. Woo-wee! Perfect day to discuss something really intense. ECT, that is electroconvulsive therapy. Something I know personally. And today we're going to discuss it at length from the perspective of a woman we'll call Deborah, who was a trauma nurse for 25 years. And she refers to ECT as soul rape. You heard me. And I agree, having been having experienced ECT while I was pregnant almost 14 years ago. It is soul rape. There's really no other way to put it. And today we're going to understand her account of why she thinks this, and I'm going to throw in a few of my added tidbits. And the most exciting part about today is I'm also going to feature some very, very real, very, very sassy up-and-coming artists in the world of music. Big Thief, a band called Lowertown, a band called Mannequin Pussy, and Papa Dose. And you know how I love music. So, without further ado, why don't we begin with a little smidge from one of those most amazing bands. We'll start with a little something by Mannequin Pussy called Sometimes.
See
How gorgeous was that? Sometimes by Mannequin Pussy. So, ECT. Let's talk about it. I received a message from this trauma nurse, we'll call Deb, who is reaching out to media persons who have platforms for mental health patients, clients, etc. And her hope is to discuss this and so she can get her word out there, because she has not had any luck. Deborah said, and I quote, "I worked 25 years as a level 1 trauma nurse. This is being said to many ER staff, rehabilitation staff, and neurologists across the U.S. These patients need a voice and actions taken to stop this harm. Psychiatry, according to Deb, is certainly not going to address this, so I ask for your help to address it how you can. It can be addressed in your work life or privately, but these patients need to be recognized as being harmed. If we can expose the truth of this, it will become more of a liability to continue the use." End quote. That is from Deborah, the trauma nurse. She continues, quote, "Attorneys involved in suit now own my former website, ECTjustice.com, since 2019. I signed the court documents to certify this class action, and I am not a plaintiff. I say this so you know I am familiar with this issue." Deborah continues, "Psychiatrists, for the most part, will not address this harm. Many of you have been indoctrinated to accept this. The information below, I hope, will open your eyes to the truth of this practice and cause you to act in a manner to inform and protect. ECT, as I will reference it, has no FDA testing for safety or effectiveness. This procedure has been around approximately 9 decades, and the devices used have never even been required to have pre-market approval. I think they don't test because they know full well the impact of repeated electrical mechanism of trauma and the systematic outcomes anticipated based on this mechanism." Deborah continues, "I also think, given the research taking place in neuroscience and biotech, that potentially, if the truth was exposed around ECT, then it may impact their theories, current products, and products in development. ECT is used for a list of mental health conditions these days, and it is no longer used as a last resort. Children also can receive this. It is unregulated, and Google does not accurately reflect the numbers receiving this procedure." Deborah continues, "ECT is given usually 3 times per week in a series of up to 12. Consent basically states to anticipate some minor short-term memory loss, headache, jaw pain, potential for long-term memory loss, but this is rare and minimal, and the typical general anesthesia risks. That's about it. If the truth were told, who would sign up for it?" I end the discussion there briefly. To interject with my own story, 14 years ago when I was pregnant for my daughter, River, and I was highly medicated as a bipolar patient, and my doctor, out of what I thought was concern for both A, the pregnancy, and B, getting off of the meds, was ECT. He said, "ECT is the way to go, Miss Amanda. It's the only way." And of course, I trusted, and I hung on his every word and said, okay, yeah, that's the way to go. I don't want to harm the fetus, my beautiful child in utero. And that's what I did. I had to be hospitalized at 10 weeks pregnant, anesthetized, and I had ECT. I think I had a series of 3 until I completely stopped. And why did I stop? Maybe intuitively I knew it was a bad idea. Maybe it was because I felt absolutely nothing. It was worse than the bell jar. It was worse than the feeling I got from lithium mixed with antipsychotics, which I didn't need in hindsight. And in retrospect, I lost a lot of memory from that period of my life. I don't remember things I said, saw, people I spoke with, feelings I felt, if any. And I trusted the School of Psychiatry. I trusted the words from my doctor, psychiatrist. And I put my life, and more importantly, my daughter's life in utero, in the hands of a barbaric treatment that did not need to be done, and I thought it had to be. And that's some crazy shit, let's be honest. The trust we put into the medical profession is frightening, really. And I can't wait to get back to what Deb had to say, because it's really intense, and I think you'll appreciate it. But I think we'll have a little musical interlude by one of those bands I mentioned, up-and-coming bands that really, really need to be heard. This band is called Big Thief. They are a Philadelphia, Pennsylvania-based band, and this is called Simulation Swarm. You will love it.
Tried to tell you I didn't know how to stay. You believe she can see through, cutting at the silent clay. A relief back in deep blue, fettered in the magnet sun. Eat the gun as it feeds you, spitting up the oxygen once again. Once again. Once again. Empty horses gallop through the violet door, follow red, crooked courses, shadows on the moonlit floor, on my stars, winged creatures, gathering in silken height, like the last human teachers. Once again, we must bleed new, even as the hours shake, crystal blood, like a dream true, a ripple in the wound and wake. You believe, I believe too, that you are the river of light, who I love, that I cling to, in the belly of the empty night, from the 31st floor of the simulation swarm, where the drone of fluorescence flicker, fever fill the form, with a warm dash. Now I wanna touch like we never could before. I'd fly to you tomorrow, I'm not fighting in this war. I wanna drop my arms and take your arms and walk you to the shore. Swallows in the windless field, very thin, with your mother, tall as a pale green tree, very wild, bright as winter, rising with a prism key, and a child to deliver, taken with the blood and vine, is the first little angel. Soft in your newborn us against each other. You believe, I believe too. You are the river of light, who I love, that I sing to in the belly of the empty night. From the 31st floor, a simulation swarm with a drone of fluorescence, flicker, fever, fill the form with a warm gush. Now I wanna touch like we never could before. I'd fly to you tomorrow. I'm not fighting in this war. I wanna drop my arms and take your arms and walk you to the shore. I'd fly to you tomorrow. I'm not fighting in this war. I wanna drop my arms and take your arms.
Simulation Swarm by Big Thief. Love, 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 love that tune. Whew. So let's get back to Deborah. Deborah talking about ECT. Deborah says, and I quote, "Following ECT, there is a temporary period of euphoria, memory loss for the difficulties that led to admission, and the failure of the patient to recognize the extent and severity of incurred damages. These are not outcomes of an improved mental health state. They are known and anticipated outcomes of an acquired traumatic brain injury resulting from an electrical mechanism of trauma. These anticipated outcomes do not change just because someone has a title and took a week certification. This procedure is misrepresented. There is big money around this, and even bigger cover-ups." Deborah continues, "For decades, the FDA classed this procedure as experimental. Patients were not told of this. A few years back, the FDA declassified the procedure and device to a Class 2. That is the safety level of syringes and eyeglasses. They declassified this with an active suit in the courts proving brain injury. They declassified it still without any testing of the device or procedure. Why," Deborah asks, "why was the status changed?" It was changed so that more insurers would pay out on this. Ugh. Deborah continues, "Low voltage electrical trauma impacts the entire body. It also evolves over time in damages that can include risks for CTE, ALS, ongoing cardiac issues, visual issues, etc. In fact, Dr. Bennett Malu, famous for findings of CTE in the NFL, is now on record stating the same is anticipated in ECT patients given their repeated brain injuries. He is now also an expert for plaintiffs in these suits." Deborah continues, "Technically, ECT patients are receiving 3 NFL-type head injuries a week. Just a different mechanism of trauma. All trauma, according to Deborah, is based on mechanism. This is not simply a brain injury. Psychiatry's own research states there are structural brain changes that occur as well. And again, consent does not list these short and long-term damages. Women are mostly impacted by this procedure. They are repeatedly lied to and harmed by a trusted physician when at their most vulnerable. Following ECT, when the patient clears from the anosognosia, which is failure to see damages, excuse my pronunciation, they become cognizant to the great deal of autobiographical history lost. Relationship memory lost, talents lost, ability to work impacted, etc., just like all other TBI patients. Deborah continues, "Mothers can lose memory of the birth of their children, and bonding can be impacted. And some children have to enter therapy if a parent has had ECT, as they become distressed as the parent tries to cope. The parent may interact and parent in an entirely new way. Deborah continues, women in domestic abusive relationships may seek out psychiatric care and be offered this. These many brain injuries can leave one financially dependent. One may be unable to formulate a plan to leave in an effort to protect herself and her children. And these damages will make the woman easier to coerce, control, and gaslight. ECT is not just one brain injury, as these procedures can go into the double and triple digits. Patients often will report their concerns when able, but most are met with negation and gaslighting. For the most part, they cannot access needed testing and services that all other TBI patients have at their disposal. And because doctors are protecting doctors. Deborah continues, there is a significant risk for suicide when patients are not referred to rehabilitation to a brain injury program. Do not write these patients' complaints off as psychiatric when they present for help. In seeking assistance, most are simply referred back to psychiatry and more ECT offered. This is unacceptable, end quote, by Deborah, the 25-year trauma nurse. And I break there for a moment for you to hear yet another incredible new band. I believe they're a Philadelphia, Pennsylvania-based band as well, called Lowertown. Let that sink in a bit until we venture into it a little further down the rabbit hole. Best Person You Know by Lowertown.
Tell me you'll be okay. The words
Best Person You Know by Lowertown. Yet another perfect song here on Hold Fast Radio. Ride out life, life, life. With mental dis-ease, I should say. Let's get back to what Deb has to say about ECT. Deb, a trauma nurse, 25 years. Not happy. And neither am I. Therefore, Deb and I will hold hands and run through this flaming field of shit to expose these no-gooders pretending to be do-gooders. And I quote Deb. She says, another area of concern is that many patients following ECT have severe psychological reactions to having to have anesthesia for other health issues or to even meet with physicians. ECT causes post-traumatic stress disorder. That's right, PTSD. ECT causes PTSD. In Deborah's experience, she says, many conversations that she has had, people have described ECT as soul rape. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Jeez, soul rape. And I agree. That is why I am so passionate about sharing her story. Deb continues, there is a national product liability suit taking place around the devices used in ECT. There is also a class action in England. The California courts have proved these brain injuries at a minimum, yet this continues as it is so lucrative. Trauma medicine and brain injury programs fully recognize this mechanism of trauma for TBI. In trying to find help, patients cannot access this research and TBI resources because these programs are tied to facilities often that use ECT and then risk implicating themselves potentially. When patients can get the testing they are showing damaged when patients can get the testing showing damage, and some now have damages tied to ECT in notes. She continues, we have 7 states now with medical malpractice firms that have reviewed information sent and have agreed to now hear from this patient population. The practice standard may be met, but standards are far from met around informed consent. The material risk is missing brain injuries for starters. Big money around this practice, and I believe this can pay out as straight medical malpractice over psychiatric for a higher settlement. Deborah continues, these are times of significant psychological and spiritual distress. Many are at risk for being offered this procedure that will only leave them worse off. Conversations on this topic can lead to great change. People considering this deserve to have the information to give true, informed consent. We will have the abolition of this practice. In gratitude. End quote. Deborah leaves you with this. ECT Justice, that's ECT, the word justice, JUSTICE.com. Check it out. Go to the site. It has information about ECT. It has ECT survivor stories, video testimonials, talks about informed consent. There's questionnaires. There's a help portion. There's a blog. It is super informative, and I highly recommend it. She also this is very important. She says, Deborah says, if you have had ECT contact the Baum Wisner Law Firm in California. That's Baum, B-A-U-M, Wisner, or Wisner, excuse me, W-I-S-N-E-R Law Firm in California, to see if you qualify to join National ECT device suit. If interested in trying to pursue medical malpractice, she is happy to try and assist. Excellent. Thank you, Deborah. And thank you, listeners, for taking the time to listen to her account and to also listen to my account of ECT. If you go back in the archives on my Hold.F.A.S.T. radio, when it was Dear Prudence Radio, Life Advice to Help You Cope, the precursor to Hold.F.A.S.T. radio, I did a very lengthy show all about ECT. When I was still pondering whether or not this was something that helped. At that point, I was questioning ECT as something to assist people, and I've had many years to mull it over and many lost memories that I've been reminded of by third parties, I should say. And I must say, in hindsight, I am adamantly opposed, and I think it is completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. ECT needs to come to a screeching halt. It's sick. It's twisted. And I'll let Mannequin Pussy tell you all about it. No, this is just a great song by Mannequin Pussy. Enjoy. This is called Okay, 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 Okay by Mannequin Pussy. Now, if that band isn't super versatile, can you believe it's the same band that sang Sometimes I'm in Love. Woo-wee! That's a goodie. Now, let's take it in another direction, because music is the great healer and is my source of healing, and I love to share new music with all of you. Please check out this tune by Big Thief, Vampire Empire.
just expired, all the leaves are dead. I'm not quiet, you've been quiet, just receiving what you said. Reeling, feeding, feeling filled by everything you fed. I see you as you see yourself through all the books you read. Overwhelmed with guilt and realizing the disease. You give me chills, I've had it with the chills. I'm nothing, you are nothing, we are nothing with the pills. I'm empty till she feels, alive until she kills. In her vampire empire I am falling, yeah, falling, yeah. I see they're rejecting all the earthly power, protecting and dissecting till you've emptied every hour. We jump into the pond, then we come under the shower. You lay upon my pillow and you open like a flower. I wanted to see you naked, I wanted to hear you scream. Wanted to kiss your skin and you're everything. I wanted to be your woman, I wanted to be your man. I wanted to be the one that you could understand. You give me chills, I've had it with the chills. I'm nothing, you are nothing, we are nothing with the pills. I'm empty till she feels, alive until she kills. In her vampire empire I am falling, yeah, falling, yeah. Well, I walked into your dagger for the last time. It's like trying to start a fire with matches in the snow, where you can't seem to hold me, can't seem to let me go. So I can't find surrender, and I can't keep control. You turn me inside out, and then you want the outside in. You spin me all around, then you ask me not to spin. You say you wanna be alone, and you want children. You wanna be with me, you wanna be with him. You give me chills, I've had it with the chills. I'm nothing, you are nothing, we are nothing with the pills. I'm empty till she feels, alive until she kills. In her vampire empire I am falling, yeah, falling, yeah, falling, yeah, falling, yeah,
Yes, yet another perfect song by Big Thief, Philadelphia-based band. Check them out; they are amazing. And while you're at it, please check this out. Just recently, I did an interview on Yana LV. That's the name of the radio show. It's an NPR-based show. I did the interview with Brana Breslin and Dia Sharma, both students of mine. They are young, resourceful, amazing women. Bright beyond their years, articulate. Their discussion is heartfelt. They have a show called Yana LV. That stands for You Are Not Alone, Lehigh Valley. It has a mental health focus. It is remarkable. I really, really hope you check it out. They do a monthly piece on WDIY's youth media program. And yes, it is NPR syndicated. It is good stuff. Again, Brana Breslin and Dia Sharma, they are superstars. And they have great things to say. And they are a voice to be heard. Please check them out. Lehigh Valley's best. You Are Not Alone. They are so good. Please check them out. Again, you are listening to H.O.L.D.F.A.S.T Radio. Ride out life with mental illness. You got this. And so do I. I hope you're enjoying this show, and I hope you're thinking twice about ECT, and I hope you tell everybody you know to check out the site ECT Justice and make their own informed decision as to whether or not it's the right thing for them. I say no, and that is coming from my experience. So let's see, you've heard Simulation Swarm by Big Thief, you've heard Vampire Empire by Big Thief, you heard Best Person You Know by Lowertown, you heard Sometimes by Mannequin Pussy, you also heard Okay by Mannequin Pussy, and I think now it is very, very important that you hear Clown Car by Lowertown, and I hope you love it as much as I do. Check it out, Clown Car, Lowertown.
See you again with your friends. I'm empty-handed tonight, dressed down in my shirt and slacks. Still find a way to make me feel ashamed. It's alright, I'll be gone soon anyway. In the bar, my back's to the door, and I'm sitting down. And the older men turn around, big cigars in their mouth. The smoke fills my nose, I wanna spit it out. My lungs are weak, they know what they want with me, and I know I want to leave. So I go to the car, I push back the door and let it out by myself. I'm alone, that's what scares me the most. Company isn't hard, but I don't take it seriously enough. Forgetting to eat, forgetting to sleep, forgetting myself, forgetting what I need. I'm not made for your hip or your sleeve. I'm here and that's how I like it to be. Everything is intentional if you paid attention to it. I'm not here to behave, I'm so tired of that shit. But still I'm alone and that's what scares me the most. Company isn't hard, but I don't take it seriously enough. Forgetting to eat, forgetting to sleep, forgetting myself, forgetting what I need, forgetting what I am, forgetting what I said I would be, forgetting what I said I would be. Think it makes sense for us, as if everything else wasn't enough. You're too greedy and too picky for me. Let me take things slowly, let me take things slowly, let me take things slow. Let me be alone, let me be alone. Still I'm alone and that's what scares me the most. Comedy isn't hard, but I don't take it seriously enough. Forgetting to eat, forgetting to sleep, forgetting myself, forgetting what I need, forgetting what I am, forgetting what I said I would be, said I would be, said I would be.
That was Clown Car by Lowertown. Stunning. The girl Olivia is so cute. And so talented. And so young. Check her out. What a great band. I hope they get the credit they deserve. While we're at it, guys, before I close out this episode of Hold-Fast Radio, Ride Out Life with Mental Illness, with me, Miss Amanda G. I also wanted to share an experience I had recently in the beautiful town of Nazareth, Pennsylvania. A historic gem, if you haven't been there. It's worth a day trip from wherever you are. I found the most remarkable coffee shop, and I am, sadly, I hate to admit it, but a coffee snob. I love a really great cup of coffee, which I know many of you do as well. And I found a shop that surpassed all expectations. It's called Bella Bean Coffee Shop. Bella Bean Coffee Shop. It is on 6 South Broad Street in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. It's right on the corner. It had this incredible spot to dine outside, which I loved, and it was so cute inside, tastefully done. The proprietors were wonderful, a man by the name of Morrissey and a lady by the name of Cindy, and I met their employee Lily, who was absolutely sweet and kind and knowledgeable and made a hell of a cup of coffee. Americano, the way I like it, with oat milk. It was perfect. Their pastries, delectable. And the proprietor, Morrissey, has this beautiful display of scented delights, soaps, candles, that he makes. And I asked him about them. They're beautiful presentation, priced perfectly. And I happen to be a sucker for a wonderful bar of soap, especially naturally milled soap. And there was one called scented like tobacco, which happens to be one of my favorite scents. And I purchased it. It smells incredible. And I've been enjoying it ever since. Anyway, I'll stop gloating, although I should. And I hope everybody checks this beautiful coffee shop out. It's great. Again, Bella Bean Coffee Shop in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. www.bellabeanbaraboom.com. That's Bella Bean Bara, B-A-R-A, Boom, B-O-O-M.com. Check it out. You can order coffee, and you can order, I believe, his handmade items as well. It's beautiful. Oh, favorite part. One of my many favorite parts is there's a beautiful Martin guitar sitting there just awaiting someone to play it. It was for the customers, and so you get to sit and fiddle about on the guitar while you're waiting for your coffee. Oh, did I mention the pastries, by the way? To die for. Please check them out. Look them up online. Make a day trip. Nazareth is a gem if you haven't taken a trip there. Of course, you know about Bethlehem because of Music Fest, and Allentown because of Billy Joel. But Nazareth is just a hop, skip, and a jump away, and it's absolutely worth a stroll. It's really pretty. So that's my plug for Nazareth, Pennsylvania. And, wow, I would really, really like to leave you with something. And now for something completely different. No, another up-and-coming artist that I am smitten with. Papa Dose is the name. This track features, it's called Reef, the Lost Cause, and it features Jillian Taylor and Ruby the Hatchet, and I think it's a perfect way to end the show. This has been Hold-Fast Radio, Ride Out Life with Mental Illness, and I hope you listen to this, and you share it, and you ponder it, and you go out and buy the tracks from these artists. And I love you all, and till next time, Papa Dose.
In the glow of the moon over the melancholy metro, my poetry is still like a UFO. Hear a stir of echoes. Can you see that you're just a vessel? The mind is a gorgeous design in Art Deco. I feel special, somewhat invincible. Spoke to the universe, the response was reciprocal. Seeing clearly to what the naked eye's invisible. Vivid visuals, I met God in my living room. And float, 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 float. Dancing on clouds above, we be high as doves. Papa dose and float. Be at peace, be still, rest, release and chill. Papa dose and float. To the unknown we roam, it'll all be shown. Papa dose and float, 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 float. Left my brain roaming and my pain open to interpretation, translated to a great poem. The truth heals and hurts, it's the same token, just different sides. You can decide how your fate's molded. I saw proof and wanted to absorb that. Look into my face, it's like studying a Rorschach. Lies can only prevail when you divorce facts, so I just took 4 caps and hit record track.
We'll find you after a while.
Flow, 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 flow. Dancing on clouds above, we be high as doves. Papa dose then flow, no, 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 no. Be at peace, be still, rest, release and chill. Papa dose then flow. To the unknown we roam, it'll all be shown. Papa dose then flow, 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 flow.
Thank you for being a part of H.O.L.D.F.A.S.T Radio. Ride out life with mental illness. Until next time.